My name is Kevin Brown, and we created the Executive Insight series to learn about how the global pandemic has impacted and accelerated different companies' digital transformation. As part of this series, I wanted to share a conversation Pankaj Sharma, our Executive Vice President for the Secure Power Division, had with Hani Nofel, Vice President of Digital Infrastructure Solutions at Gulf Business Machines based in Dubai. Hear about how GBM put in place business continuity plans for their employees and their customers, and the solutions they've deployed to accelerate their customers' digital journey.
Hello, Hani. I hope you're doing well, and it's a pleasure to be able to talk to you. And thank you for taking the time.
Pankaj, it's my pleasure. I'm doing very well, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to me today.
Very good. I'd like to start with my first question, and if you please don't mind sharing with us a little bit about your business and how our engagement has been.
Sure. So we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. GBM has been around for all these years as one of the leading IT system integrators in the region, headquartered out of Dubai in the UAE, and supporting many customers across the GCC. We believe that our mission is to support our customers to accelerate their digital transformation journey. We do this by, number one, help customers build secured and reliable digital infrastructure all the way down from the facility, site services, to the networking, hyper-converged, software-defined infrastructure, along with the security in this journey. On the other hand, we support customers build their business processes and the business solutions to harness the value of data, providing all the solutions around their data to analyze it and to get the best out of it, and also help them to transform their business processes along the journey. So we see ourselves as mainly focused on these two areas, from a digital infrastructure solution and digital business solutions. We have 1,500 employees across the region, and 6 or 7 offices across the Gulf.
Fantastic, Hani. Hey, look, thank you for sharing this. I'm sure a lot of our partners across the world will be able to relate to this, and you'll probably have some people calling you. But I do have some questions for you, if you do not mind, and they're a little bit specific to the kind of environment we're living in right now. If you don't mind, I can maybe start asking you some questions.
Go ahead, please.
All right. So the first one is really, it's more like a personal question. How have you personally adapted your business in this time? We're in a pandemic. None of us have ever seen this before, probably not even our parents. So what about you personally and your business?
Hasn't been easy. I think I personally lived in denial for a couple of weeks. Wasn't too sure really how things are gonna be, if it's real or not. And then obviously we quickly realized that we need to move, and we need to move quickly. And the whole world started really to quickly take actions to address. And as you rightly said, it's not something that we have seen before. So there wasn't any book that we, had ready with a procedure to address something of that nature or that scale. So, however, very quickly we moved to activate our business continuity plan and disaster recovery plan. And we had a priority first to ensure the safety and the protection of our employees. So we moved very quickly. We were lucky because we leveraged our strong, secure digital infrastructure to ensure that we moved everyone to be safe and to work from home or remotely. We virtualized essentially most of our services, if not all our services, including our contact centers that supports our customers, etc., which was also our priority besides our employees, to ensure that we continue our services delivered to those clients across the region. And we learned a lot through the process. As I said, our digital infrastructure helped us to somehow make this seamless. We already had the tools to ensure that we continue our collaboration with our employees and clients, to continue to meet virtually, to continue to take decisions, and to continue to ensure the business processes in the company are running as they should. But we had to deal with a lot of uncertainty. We had to deal with a lot of mixed emotions on the personal level and the professional level as well, with everything that, especially in the first couple of weeks of this, until we realized that, you know, here is the plan on how we're going to tackle this, and we're going to take it every day and every week at a time and reevaluate and see how things will pan out. But all in all, I always remind myself, this is, in all this chaos, is we are lucky to be in IT versus many other industries. And I think the thing that I am proud of, and we always remind our teams of, that we supported so many clients across the region, not to continue to deliver their normal business, but also to deliver essential businesses and essential work that was required for our communities, from education to healthcare to supply of essential goods, etc. And it feels good that we managed really to play a part of tackling this pandemic that we have seen, and we continue to do that.
Fantastic. Very well said. And, you know, I think we were all in a bit of a denial initially, so you're not alone. But I can totally relate to the fact that, you know, we're in an industry which is still essential. And imagine being in the airlines industry right now, you know, that would have been a really bad situation. But hey, you did allude a little bit about your customers, but did you see their needs changing specifically during this time? I mean, do you have any examples or something you'd like to share?
Yeah, look, yeah, for sure. I mean, we so like us, they felt the shock initially, and I think not all our customers were or had the same level of maturity in their digital transformation journey. Not everyone had the infrastructure and the process automation and the architecture that would allow them to overnight switch to support what they needed to do. So clearly, the initial shock was there in many of our clients across the region, to just initially to ensure that they continue to keep the lights on. They continue to support their employees as they work remotely. We saw a lot of customers calling us and say, hey, I just want to make sure that there is business continuity. I just want to make sure that the basic connectivity, the basic infrastructure, you know, the data security, the integrity of my process, allowing users to access. So identity and access management was a big discussion, just to ensure that I keep the lights on. So I just want to make sure that I tackle this from a business continuity and disaster recovery perspective. We had customers that have asked us to actually accelerate some of the projects to ensure that they deliver on that. So we worked with you to accelerate the delivery of one of the containerized data centers for an essential government customer here in the UAE, to ensure that they continue to support and actually expedite the supply management in the country, because they were working on one of these essential services. So we saw that, and we saw customers moving quickly beyond the securing access for their employees and ensuring the continuity of their business, to start to address the online experience for their customers and for their internal staff, to ensure that it's seamless, to ensure that they close the gaps if they had specific gaps within certain apps or within certain processes that were not ready for this. So we saw an uptake in things like workspace automation that would require some upgrades within the hyper-converged and the data center infrastructure. So some of our customers asked us to expedite that. And clearly there was a massive uptake in the collaboration technologies. So everything to do from basic virtual meetings, video conferencing, all the way up to more complex type of collaboration, all the way up to the senior government officials that they needed to continue to speak to their staff and ensure that they continue to take decisions required for the nation, for the country, and for their businesses to continue. So we've been very much engaged in all fronts to support those customers. And as I said earlier, it feels really good that we managed to participate in that and ensure that we help our countries and nations to tackle the issues that they have seen.
That is fantastic. No, I mean, there's so much which you're saying is so interesting. And I do have a question for you for the peer group. But before I go there, if you just take a step back, these almost 5 months now, and there is some normalcy, like we're starting to call it business as unusual within Schneider, because it's not usual, obviously. What was the one most important thing which stood out for you, whether it is in terms of culture or business for GBM, which made a huge difference? Of course, it's your leadership, which goes without saying, but just beyond that.
Appreciate that. Look, as I said, we've been around for 30 years now, and the one thing that was very clear to us that in these difficult times, people default to the relationships that they trust the most. And this made a big difference for us, because when it's difficult, when you need someone that you can rely on, that will do the job for you, will give you the best advice on how to tackle the problem, the relationships that we have built over the years with all our strategic partners, support, of course, to establish our brand within those customers, within those governments, enterprises, and customers from all segments really played a major role in differentiating us during this time. Mm-hmm. We received calls and customers would, have direct type of orders with us to say, look, I don't have time even to think about going through a procurement process. I trust you, GBM. I trust you work with the leading partners behind you. I just need a solution for this. And I literally have 1 or 2 days to ensure that this works. So we felt that this is a great value, and all this, trusted advisor status that we invested in building for years and years with most of these clients really paid off. And we saw the advantage of that. And we felt even that we are more under more pressure to ensure that we really deliver the best advice, we give the best solution. It wasn't around revenue or closing new business at that stage as much as it's ensuring that we maintain this trust between us and those clients. And that was a big differentiator, and that was something that we were really proud of during this time.
Fantastic. This is what defines beyond a business type of a relationship, right? I mean, we buy and sell all the time, but this is what defines the culture of the company which which you're leading, which is so good. So a related question, because a lot of your peer group is watching this, and of course they're in different countries. So we all know the situation of COVID has been different in different countries, although there's a common theme around there. Anything in particular you'd like to, just as a message to your peer group, as an advice, a message or something, people can learn from you or from GBM?
I wouldn't give away our secret sauce, Pankaj, to our industry, but no, on a serious note, look, I think we have learned a lot, and we have learned that during this time, I think the long-term views of many of our customers will change, and it started to change because this has been like a big wake-up call for all of them, for all of us. And the one thing that we are learning with them is, I'm sure you have seen around in the social media post that COVID-19 was the best accelerator for digital transformation, right? So, and that's actually true, because the one thing that we realized that many of our customers are accepting more and demanding more from us in the industry to have more innovative and more flexible engagement models. So many of our customers that either resisted or tried, but had like shy attempts to try things like cloud services or offshore type of services or remote management type of services, opened up all of a sudden. Some of them because they did not have a choice. I mean, imagine the best example I always give is education. I mean, to turn overnight and start to have this remote learning experience with all these kids around over video or different means. I mean, if you 6 months ago talked to some of these education providers about, especially in the lower grades, they would laugh. They would say, it's not going to work. Now, many of our customers like this did not have a choice but to start to try some of these services because they needed to continue to support their business. Right. And we tried several attempts together. So we started during this time, and with your support and also with other strategic partners that we have, to try to really blend some of these new services and capabilities in our approach, because people said, okay, well, you know what, I might not have a choice, but I want to try your remote management service to manage my data center remotely, or ensure that I still have control on my facility or data center, or ensure that I manage the application that, by the way, I need to build to continue to interact with my staff or to continue to deliver my service to the customer who can no longer come to my branch or who can no longer come to my service center. So I need to put it on a cloud service provider all of a sudden because I need to spin it off within 24 or 48 hours. So we need to continue to build on this, because I don't think there will be a way back on the general acceptance that these flexible models are there to stay and to stay for long. And that has maybe provided a shortcut for the industry for couple of years now. I mean, fast forward, we are already now there already with some of these clients that have maybe tried this as a trial, but now will continue. Some of them are already in the process of expanding on it. And that's something that for us and for all our peers definitely is something that we need to capitalize on and we need to build on going forward.
Super, very well said. So maybe one more question, but this time not from you and your peer group perspective, but from the perspective, what would you want us, like Schneider, and not just Schneider, I mean the entire industry, what would you want us to do differently, or maybe we have done differently but do more of and do better off in this environment and going forward, learning from this environment?
I think, Pankaj, it's look, I mean, there is a greater need for collaboration without any doubt. I mean, I think we are seeing this between countries, between nations, and also for us as individuals, as companies within a certain industry. There is a great need for collaboration between us to ensure that we really deliver, the best out there, to firstly ensure that we get out of this, because at the end of the day, we will all need to support each other to survive this and to go back to normal and support our economies to recover sooner than later, because it will impact all of us. So we need to be more open, and we need to be more understanding, and definitely we need to be more collaborative. And then just support everything I said, from helping us to upgrade our service catalog to start to really onboard some of these flexible consumption models or services models and ensure that we deliver them to our clients and build on them. Some of our clients going forward will start to revisit their digital transformation roadmap. Some of them play catch up now and will re-evaluate and reprioritize their projects, and we need to work very closely with them, and we bring the eco partners around as well to ensure that we deliver the true advice to them that will ensure that they can get up to speed and get back to semi-normal or hopefully fully normal situation as soon as possible. Clearly supply chains have been disrupted, and I understand that sometimes it's out of our control and your control as a manufacturer and as a vendor. The sooner we can rectify that and try to also leverage, the digital automation infrastructure to allow us to be going back to normal, the better, because we are already starting to see some challenges in that front. And this is for the whole industry and the whole world. That's normal, as planes are not flying as often and roads are not as busy, etc. But I believe we will get there, because I go back to the fact that what stood out really during this difficult time is the true deep relationships that we have built together and that we have built with our clients, and our customers will remember that, and we will all remember that, and this will make us even stronger going forward.
Fantastic. This piece about supply chain obviously has been a new normal now. It's been a constant struggle, and I know you've been exposed to that as well. And you're right. A lot of these were not in our own control, even as manufacturers, because we're also dependent on local country laws, rules, safety of the employees, and the safety of even the component manufacturers, right, which come from different countries. So we live in such a connected world. And then suddenly you realize that everything just comes to a stop. How do you make it work? But the three things which stand out for me, I really like your message for myself, for the company, and all of us out there in the industry, to be more open, understanding, and collaborative. I really like that. So in the same spirit, and of course, so much change happening for all of us, for the planet, etc. Sustainability remains top of mind for us and Schneider, and that's why, from a partner community perspective, we do things like monitor and dispatch and bringing the product back, etc. To safeguard the planet even more. How does that feel for you personally and for GBM?
It's a priority. I believe that we need to help our customers to be more agile, to have a sustainable IT infrastructure. And I believe the fact that they are more open to trying new things will help all of us. We've been engaged together in building and upgrading a lot of the data centers out there in the region for the past few years, and we see that customers have always invested in the latest and the greatest and had this in mind. So it depends on the country, but I think in our region there is also a good level of realization that we need to invest on something that is more sustainable, that will be eco-friendly as much as possible. Mm-hmm. However, blending all this with the remote management and remote services, along with the technology and along with the other components that come with it, I think will help a great deal. Yeah. And as we see that there is a great deal of consolidation as well in our industry, there's a great deal of investment in things like co-location and cloud services, etc. You will see that things will consolidate in super few centers across the region and our countries, and this is where customers will start to see the value rather than building everything completely from scratch for themselves. And they will start then to focus on, what makes sense for their business. So with all the technologies coming to the edge, with IoT and all the technologies that will come on their branches to help them to be more agile and more sustainable on the edge of their networks, as well as they leave the big bulk in their data center, either semi or fully outsourced and co-located is also going to be the direction going forward, and we already started to see this happening. So I think we are on the right path. I think we have a great and strong roadmap to help our customers to go there, and I think with all what's happening, they will even run faster to try and complete this. So we are in a good position.
Very good, very good. Now that's very good to hear, because sustainability remains top of mind I think it becomes even more important in the current environment, and to deal with the planet. But look, thank you for your time today. I'm very happy for being able to speak with you. Great conversation. And I'm sure a lot of us, both on the industry side and the partner community side, can learn a lot from what we've heard from you today. So thank you for that.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Pankaj, for the opportunity. It's been great talking to you. I want to really recognize and thank your team for their support during this time, and hopefully that we can build on it and even go out stronger and deeper in our relationship. So I really want to acknowledge that.